Hello, ma'am. Today we are here to give self-work of philosophy on the topic the problem of being in the early ancient philosophy. We are Ankit Kumar Akela, Maldure Akash Vijay, Singh Aman Pratap, Kumar Dipu, and Pratik Partiye from Group 20V, year 2020. Myself, Mr. Ankit Kumar Akela from 20B Group. Today I am here to explain the main features of classical ancient philosophy. The term ancient philosophy encompasses a variety of thoughts that emerged from the early stage of various intellectual traditions. However, not all ideas are considered philosophies, since philosophy includes as its primary component a rational self reflection and conceptualization of thoughts. Major philosophy include ancient Greek and Roman philosophy in the West, which date approximately from the 6th century through the 3rd century. Chinese philosophy include Yin Yang philosophy, Taoism, Confucianism. Indian philosophy includes Upanishad and Vedic traditions, Jainism, Buddhism philosophy, and Hindu philosophy. And ancient Iranian philosophy includes Zoroastrianism. Each philosophy has some distinct characteristics which reflect intellectual climates, problematics, issues, and approaches. Despite these differences, however, these philosophies have some factors in common. First, ancient philosophy tend to have a comprehensive perspective which include a wide range of components, including myth, religious benefits, ethics, literature, cosmology, and theories of nature. For example, the pre-Socratics in ancient Greek philosophy presented their metaphysical arguments in poetic verse, and their arguments are infected and religious ethical themes such as divine justice and salvation of the soul. Second, ancient philosophy is often deeply rooted in religious traditions. Modern and contemporary philosophy tend to develop philosophy as an autonomic discipline independent of religious traditions. For example, Indian philosophy is rooted in Upanishad, Vedas, Hinduism, and others. Even Pluto philosophy is built within a framework that proposes such beliefs as immortality of the soul, redemption, and divine justice. Thank you.
Hello ma'am, I am Maldura Akash Vijay. I am going to explain about main philosophical school of classical period, the Pythagorean school. The method and the tendency of Pythagorean school is a deductive method. This tendency reflected in the recognition of abstraction only the legal content of science. That is why it is often called as mathematical school. The number are cause of all material existence of all things. Socrates believed that philosophy should achieve practical results for greater well-being of society. He attempted to establish an ethical system based on human reason rather than theological doctrine. Socrates pointed out the human choice was motivated by desire of happiness. Plato is also considered the founder of Western political philosophy. His famous contribution in the theory of forms known by pure reason, in which Plato represents a solution to problem of universal known as Platonism, also ambiguously called either Platonic realism or Platonic idealism. Aristotle. Aristotle is a towering figure in ancient Greek philosophy who made an important contribution to logic, criticism, rhetoric, physics, biology, psychology, mathematics, metaphysics, ethics, and politics. He was the student of Plato for 20 years but is a famous rejecting Plato's theory of forms.
Hello, ma'am. I am Singh Amam Pratap. I am going to explain about the purpose of the philosophical reasoning of Socrates. Socrates was an ancient Greek philosopher considered to be main source of Western thought. He was condemned to death for his Socratic method of questioning. Socrates was a scholar, teacher, and a philosopher born in ancient Greece. His Socratic method laid the groundwork for Western systems of logic and philosophy. Socrates leads talk and discussions with students and opponents. Socrates first made the subject of analysis of the concept, not reality itself. The Socratic method is a skillful guidance of the questions in order to achieve the responses which help the truth is born. One of the main philosophical problems of Socrates is self-knowledge.
Hello, ma'am. I am Kumar Dipu. I am going to explain about idealistic theory of Plato. Plato is a founder of idealistic philosophy. He said that there are eternal value of life and principle of morality comprehensible by mind. There is a world of being objectively. It is the world of ideas. It is eternal. It cannot be created. The real world is the world of consciousness, the world of ideas. The idea is kind of simple. The thought idea have prototype of all things. They have a primary. They are independent of human and things. In his work, especially his many dialogue, he blended ethics, political, philosophy, epistemology, metaphysics, and moral philosophy into an interconnected and systematic philosophy. In addition to the idea they contained, such as his doctrine of Platonic realism, essentialism, idealism, his famous theory of form, and the idea of Platonic love, many of his writings are also considered super pieces of literature.
Hello, ma'am. I am Pratik Pate. I am going to explain about essence of things according to Aristotle theory. Aristotle moves the forms of Pluto to the nucleus of the individual thing, which is called ousia or substance. Essence is the tea of the things. Real essence are the things that make a thing, whereas nominal essence are our conception of what makes a thing a thing. In Aristotle, essence was identified with substance, or sometimes substantial form. The essence is what makes the thing be what it is. The essence of a thing or substance is able to be known and so defined accordingly. It is through the definition that we come to know essence. The most classical example is the definition of human beings as rational animals. To say that the essence of Socrates is human is to say that Socrates possesses a certain set of properties which are necessary to a human being, namely a rational nature and an animal nature. The most basic definition can then be expanded to include any number of various functions or power that are specific to the essence of human being. These would include various vegetative powers of growth and reproduction, along with the animal power of movement, with five senses, memory, and so forth. At the same time, there are innumerable qualities which any particular human being, such as Socrates, might possess, but which are not essential to the essence of human being. Thank you very much. We have all tried our best to give this presentation, and we thank you for listening to us till now.